And we're live. It is Sunday, April 24th. The time is 8:03 p.m. I had a little hiccup. I tried to start it right at 8, and I pressed the magic start streaming button, and absolutely nothing happened. So I just kind of had to reset everything. It took me a minute, and this time it worked. And I'll say hello to everyone in the chat. Action VJ, Mark S., Brad Palmer, GGNYC, COVID Hippo, Gertedge, John O'Meara, Yahia is here, Ron Deloyd, Susan, Michelle Briggs, David Banger Main, Jeanette Morales, Brett Malin, Mark S. Tech Needs Tea says, good evening, everyone. I sadly can't stay super long, but I wanted to come and say hi. Hello, Tech. Tom Bikes 416, Steve's Kiss Glass, Whitby Dude, DJ Ian, Marie Palmer, Eunice, and everyone else. Welcome, Michelle Gray, Soldier, Michael K. Okay, I'm done reading. Connie. Okay, Connie, you're the last one. Welcome to another Sunday night live stream. And suddenly, within like the last half hour or so, I've come down with a bit of a headache, but nothing cures a headache like some alcohol, right? So I reached for a light beer that I found in my fridge. I had a few heavier IPAs, but just because I'm not feeling 100%, we're going to go with the Cowbell Brewing Company Smooth Light Lager Saline. This well-crafted light lager is brewed with premium Canadian malts and treated water straight from Cowbell's aquifer for a thirst-quenching and refreshingly good time. It's all smooth sailing from here on out. Who gets paid to write these things? Can I have that job? This lager is deeply refreshing, made with the finest H2O Mother Nature has ever created. You're like, whatever. I'm actually terrible at that, obviously. So we'll leave that one to the experts. Sorry if I insulted you. Thank you, Brad Palmer. Cheers. Vivian Johnson says, is Charlie here? No, Charlie left earlier today. I had Charlie yesterday. Charlie's in the process of moving. So Charlie is a Woodle that I look after sometimes. So I had Charlie yesterday and last night and this morning. I had to walk him a million times. Normally I have food for him here, but the owner forgot to give me food. So I had to run out and buy some kibble. He normally eats fresh meat, but last night he ate kibbles and bits and he seems to really like it. And so I got milk bones, I got rawhides, I got kibble. So if Charlie ever comes back, he should be good. But anyways, cheers. And just in case I'm feeling a little better, I still have some of these with me. I put up a poll asking, should I eat an edible? 62% said yes. 29% said no, and 9% of you lick sidewalks. That's absolutely disgusting. But hey, if you do it, who am I to insult you? I do some things that are kind of gross too. And in Johnny Stumbles news, let me check something here. This channel is at 5,977 subscribers. So we are 23 away from the big 6,000. Now, that seems like not a lot, but over the last 28 days, this channel only gained 38 subscribers. So at some point between now and next year, we should hit 6,000, providing a bunch of people don't unsubscribe, because I don't know. That's just the way things have been going lately. Vivian Johnson says, now that's really good for a headache. So for this stream, we're going to go through some pictures again, just because why not? This time going back to Thailand, and my first trip to Thailand, where I have a bunch of pictures. Devin Sullivan is here. Hello, Devin. And then my third trip to Thailand, I couldn't find pictures from my second time, but you'll notice where is it? Is this it? Oh, that is me. That is not the picture I meant to show. Oops. Where is the picture I meant to put up? That is not it. That is definitely not it. Can I find the one that I meant to put up? Okay, there's the one I meant to put up. That Although there's a bit of a tear there. Was that? Oh, I guess that's from my green screen. Oh well, we'll just live with that. That picture I used as the wallpaper for this live stream. Oh, I gotta fix my green screen. Look at that. We've got like a little bit of a... Is that really an issue? If I... Yeah. What is that all about? I think I know how to get rid of that. There we go. We got rid of it. So that is the wallpaper I used tonight. But I thought I used this wallpaper before. So just a few minutes before the stream was starting, I started to look for it. And I found it right here. Sunday Night Live with Candies and Drinks. That was back when my streams were a little bit longer. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Another pointless home stream. Woo! Ooh, no intro. Look at that. This was my actual stream. When was this? Do we have a date? Just a year ago or so? I don't think I knew what I was doing. Oh, you know what? I thought I was showing you guys the stream this whole time. Okay, here's my stream from a year ago. I didn't put it on screen. But this is how I started my stream. No intro. I just sat there. Camera is way too wide. We really need to see all this area over here on the right and on the left. We've got Elf on the Shelf in the back. Dual McAllen's Christmas tree. So this was almost a year ago. We should be live. There we go. Let me just double check the stream. Maybe we're just gonna watch this stream. I'll just play this stream and we'll pretend that. We'll load it up. I don't know what that little hiccup was, but we'll let some people join into the stream here. We've got 2 viewers and 2 likes. Thank you,
look
guys.
like a prisoner.
What day is it? It is Sunday, January 3rd, 10:30
Lisa is
p.m.
here. Hello. Lisa. Mike T misses the
Haven't
kitchen
been outside
background.
since,
You can still have the
1
kitchen
p.m.
background
It's currently
sometimes.
1 degree and clear. Cody, or what? Michelle says, what didn't you like about it? I didn't like this. Look at this picture. That is like...
Well, I'm playing a cycling video backwards. Johnny, fix your box, man. This is we're watching a Walking Man Dude episode. Man, these streams used to be a lot more fun.
Awesome movie.
Watching a video, everyone's walking backwards.
So the controller.
I started playing Rocket League. What? What is this?
How did he miss?
Did anything actually interesting happen?
Tie game! We did it! Woo!
Okay, I got a little excited there.
Nice weather most of the time.
Let's see who's in the chat. Pizza Dad Bod. Remember that guy. Mark S. Nick Nickel. Michelle Briggs. Brandon Walks T.O. Brandon Mendo Cruz. Mark S. Tom Gukwa.
I should go to bed. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, guys.
Kohana.
It's kind of petering out. We had all our fun. It didn't.
Okay, that's enough of that going back. Tech Needs T says, it was great checking in with y'all, but I have to head out. See you all later. I guess that means there'll be no rap battle tonight. But thanks for dropping in, Tech. I hope you had a great weekend. Gertej says, this is before I found your channel. Ali BHG says, you should look back every Sunday on them. Maybe. Eunice asks if I dye my hair. No. Sarah Joyful misses Rocket League. I'm currently banned from playing Rocket League. I have to wait 2 more days before. Well, I can play it. I just can't chat. I may have called somebody an idiot because they did something kind of rude.
And then they reported me, but I didn't report them. So I got in trouble and they didn't. So now when I log in, it's like, you cannot chat for X number of days. So I'm waiting that out. So no, there won't be any Rocket League. Jeanette is here. Yep. And Jeanette, I got your message. I haven't replied to it yet. The one you sent on Patreon. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. Regarding that new area that opened up in Niagara Falls, but it does look excellent. So I'm going to have to go up to Niagara Falls soon and check it out. Kohana says, so here we are again. You were in this stream too. Jenny K was here. But I saw Kohana in the chat here. Anyways, we'll just kibosh that. William asks, how was my weekend so far? Yesterday was busy. I was able to get out and squeeze in a video, then upload it. That was the walk you saw today. Then I had to pick up Charlie on my way home. Ali BHG saw, yeah, Gloria and Chetna, I think, were the original 2 mods for this channel. And then I had to take Charlie home. Then today, I had a long night of watching fighting last night. Tyson Fury fought. There was UFC. There was Bellator. Cyborg had an amazing fight, but it didn't end till like 1:30. Maybe that's why I have a hangover now. Then today, after sleeping in, I went out and I recorded 2 videos. So I was a good little boy. And something cool kind of happened on one of my videos today. Let me see if I can find it. This was not during a live stream. This was just recording one of the 2 videos I recorded today. But check this out. Hopefully the city brings that program back this year. This audio, by the way, is the garbage audio through my camera. Super chat. Oh, you recognize me? Do you mind being on the video?
No.
All right, well.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to meet you.
Just recording a video through Trinity Bellwoods, but...
Nacho Fana from Liberty Village.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Have a good one. I just got super chatted on a regular video. It's a very nice gentleman. And the way he did it was super chat, and I was like, I thought he said super chat, but I wasn't sure if I was... Listen to this again. I totally didn't catch it the first time. I remember coming through here last year. I think it's coming up just on the left. Sidewalk patio set up. Hopefully the city brings that program back this year.
Super chat.
Super chat. Oh, you recognize me? Do you mind being on the video?
No.
All right, well.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to meet you.
Just recording a video through Trinity Bellwoods, but...
Well, Fana from,
that was the first time that had ever happened while recording a regular video. It's happened on live streams a lot, and one time I got a super chat in the form of a Diet Pepsi from Tom Tim Tung. I hope he's doing well. Susan says, what did Johnny buy with the $5? Well, I picked up a pizza on the way home, and I did something I never do. I paid for the pizza with cash, so this $5 went into my dinner tonight, but that was cool. So this was from, Eunice says, must be a German expat. I couldn't tell. He sounded, I can't even begin to tell. And how do you know he's not Austrian? Aren't they kind of similar in accent? But this was my second walk where I just went down Dundas to Grace Street. And then I walked up Grace to College. And then I walked along College a fair bit. Margate says Tom Tim Tung was in Ken's stream today. Ooh, like physically in Ken's stream or in the chat of Ken's stream? I wasn't even aware that Tom was streaming or Ken was streaming. I didn't get a notification. And Ramses is here. Ramses, long time no see. Hello. Margate says chat. So that's what I was up today. I did 2 walks. One, I went from Wellesley Station and I just went west all the way to Dundas and Bathurst, just kind of zigzagging, taking a bunch of smaller side streets. And then I did the Trinity Bellwoods neighborhood walk along Dundas, Grace Street, and College. So pretty good day. Kathleen says, how is Charlie? Charlie was good. I he ate a lot of his kibble, which is good. But there you guys go. You're pretty much all caught up on my weekend. But that was kind of cool. And then, yeah, I just continued on. It was a pretty nice day. Like, is that a thumbnail moment? That would be such a good thumbnail moment if this pole was not here, or this tree, and if this streetcar was a little more forward. The girl walking the dog, the left half is perfect. The right half could use some Photoshop skills. What do you think? Could almost make that a thumbnail. Maybe I could do one of those half ones and like slice it. But this part looks great. People walking dogs do well. Bucky Smith says, Johnny, you're an idiot. I am banned for a week. Well, I might have used words a little less nice than that, if that's a thing. Oh, I did Here, let me show you another thing I did this weekend. This is going to be kind of hard to show you, but it is something I did. Oh, this is heavy. So what I did was I took my e-scooter and I mounted a camera to the back fender. That thing is stupidly heavy, by the way. So, stray cat view. Lisa says it might be nauseating. I don't know what to expect. It's going to be a lot lower than the rear view camera on the bike. William Birmingham says, Johnny, you what my email address? Huh? What? There is a way to contact me, but I do warn you, I rarely reply. It's just, once you start going back and forth sometimes, it can never end. David says, that view is too low on the scooter. You know what? I just want to try it. I'm probably going to angle it so the horizon level is nice and low so it looks up. But we're going to see. And I find myself opening... Hey, we need some music. This stream must be quiet. There we go. Let's kick some music on. You have to pay Johnny to have a responses go on. Ooh, I ignore some people who are also members. Not intentionally. I get back to everyone, but it can take a week or two. So we're going to have a... my last sour. We're going to get out of this... headache phase. Ali BHG says bus game. I have a new game. But before we do that, we're going to do... I got to eat this. Susan says, let's get Johnny to 6K and make him go outside to do a video. Oh, was that when I hit 1,000 on this channel for the first time? I went outside and I kind of did a high live stream. But so we'll go through some of the usual stuff, but let's dig through some older pictures. So as some of you know, my second favorite country to visit in the whole world is Thailand. Anthony says, what's the highest dose of gummies you've ever had? Officially 10, because that's the highest you can buy, but I have had edibles that way far exceeded that. So the first time I went to Thailand was actually 2007 or 2008. I don't know, but they're really, really old photos, and I found them. So I'm going to pull those up, and then I'll pull photos from my third trip ever. So it's not going to take too long, but what's got me in the mood for this, I was watching some shows set in Thailand yesterday, some documentaries, and another thing is Thailand just changed their entry requirements. So now they used to have it like this test and go thing where you had to be tested, and at first you had to mandatory quarantine, and then it was like you had to be tested, and then if you were positive, it was a mandatory hospital stay, even if like you had mild symptoms or no symptoms, and it would have just completely ruined your trip. Well, they've gotten rid of all of that. So now all you have to do is just go there, which is kind of cool. I think you still have to be vaccinated, but that's not a worry for me. So I'm definitely putting Thailand on the go-to soon list. Yeah, it's kind of stupid to go somewhere warm when the weather is nice and warm here, but I'm kind of itching to get out. So I thought, let's look at some old pictures. So these were actually taken with a really shitty camera, a Nikon Coolpix that I brought with me when I first went to Thailand. So I'm sorry. And then they were saved on Facebook. So I'm sorry if these are terrible quality pictures, but this is my first trip to Bangkok. I went with somebody who I was seeing when I lived in Korea. So this was like a couple trip, but I can make myself smaller. I'm kind of in the way, but we stayed in Bangkok. Shrink. And then we went to Phuket. So this trip is kind of like half and half Bangkok, half Phuket. And then the trip after this, I did all my island hopping and stuff. Devin wants to go to Vietnam first. I think flip a coin. They're both good. That was on the river. That was a view from my hotel room. I think this is the BTS SkyTrain. You can see that would be Sukhumvit Road, I think. Kohana hears Bangkok's and thinks that the Hangover movie. William, I don't know how Ken is. He did a live stream today. There's another view of Bangkok. Some street food. There are some embarrassing pictures of me in here, by the way. Brett will be going to Mexico City this summer. Looking forward to it. Lisa Palmer, I did not know that. Hey, who is that dork? Look at that dork. First of all, I really, really needed a haircut. Second of all, what's up with that shirt and those way too big cargo shorts and those shoes? And what is that? I think that's a Pepsi I'm holding, if I'm not mistaken. But there is a dork. So that was in Bangkok. I was 28 in these pictures, and I think that's a picture from the Grand Palace or around the Grand Palace. Oh, that's the world's biggest Buddha statue, I think. And it is lying down, sleeping. That is Wat Arun, I think. You go on this, there's this boat you can buy, or this ticket, and it's like a water taxi, and it just takes you up and down the river. And you can hop on and off all you want. And this is one of the stops. Although, if you take a picture from the boat, you don't really have to get off and go there and then wait for the next boat. So look at that. What is up with that hair? Undo the top button. That looks a little dumb. Why is your collar all like... I guess that's because I was in like travel mode and all my clothes were rolled up. But I also look kind of drugged up here. Was it windy? Shirt is too big. Early 2000s hair. Thank you, Eunice. Thank you. Somebody finally said I looked fine. I was probably severely hungover. There's some people like bathing, I thought. This was my first time ever seeing this level of poverty in real life, sadly. So I took a picture of it just because I forget where exactly this was, but they're in this house that's, you can see what it's built out of. And the whole family was just up like bathing, and like there was like soap suds in the river below and like people hanging out there. So yeah, I mean, they looked happy, but it was the first time I'd ever seen anything like this. So it was kind of shocking to me. And this type of thing is it like a normal sight? I was like, what the hell is that? I have, Lisa, but first time in person I had ever seen anything like that. The keyword is in person. And there is the BTS Skytrain. Kohana says the real world sucks. Yeah. It can. It can. You're telling us you hadn't... I hadn't seen families living like that in Toronto. I've seen individuals on the streets. But I haven't seen like kids being raised in conditions like that. No. Devin says that's a great photo. Thank you. And this was an actual store in the mall. Pepsi jeans. Pepsi. It was a whole Pepsi retail store. Like, what? That was weird. Yes, Creemore is a good beer. I really dug the pink taxis. Susan says Pepsi jeans. Yeah, Pepsi jeans. I just ran through these pictures and took some stuff, or took the more interesting ones out. There is my first ever red light district. That is, oh, I think that says Cowboy. That is, there's like 3 or 4 in Bangkok. This is one that was near our hotel, so we just went there. But that is, I think, Soy Cowboy. I wonder if it looks like that now. I wonder if this stuff is all returned. I have no idea. Chris Mills says the worst poverty you've ever seen was in Colombia. I've seen much, much worse since that, but that was the first time ever seeing something like that. Go on. Eunice needs a sinful vacation. Hey, there I am with my stupid hair. Look at that watch. Look at that watch. What TF is that? That's a big ass chunky watch. I got that at Aldo. Do you guys remember when Aldo... Well, I guess they still do. I used to go to Aldo, but Eunice says, okay, that watch is not fine. But big chunky watches were a thing in the late 2000s. And there is me rocking a big chunky watch. And there is a street in Bangkok. I think this is the same street that the thumbnail is on. I don't know. Chris Mills says you are high. Aldo is still a thing. Yeah, Aldo is still a thing, but I honestly have not been inside an Aldo in forever. Aldo and Le Chateau, both Canadian brands, or at least they were Canadian brands. There's a view from the hotel at night. We stayed at a pretty fancy ass hotel my first time there. Look at the name of this place. I was like, why did I take a picture of that? Who's going to the CNC restaurant? Why would you put that in the name of your restaurant? Is that even still a thing? I'm going to Google if that's still a thing. Do you guys think that's still a thing? This is a whole chain of restaurants in Thailand, apparently. This is a normal... What a weird name to call your restaurant. But get up there. Look. Cabbages and Condoms, restaurants and resorts. Cabbages and Condoms Thailand operates business for social progress, and all profits support the Population and Community Development Association and its programs in primary health education, HIV, AIDS, rural development, environment, and water. Oh, so it's actually... Okay, I get it. They're doing a good thing. Just kind of an interesting way to phrase it. They have a location in the United Kingdom, central Thailand. This must have been the one I saw. 10 succumbent soy 12. Are you still there? So for some reason, there it is. Oh, now it's coffee and condoms. I think this, because I remember going to Soy 12 because Soy 12 was kind of like a street. Believe it or not, I think there's a lot of like nightlife on this street. But Cabbages and Condoms is now Coffee and Condoms. Hopefully they're carrying on the same good mission. I think this must be pretty far up Soy 12 because no, this is towards the main street. Soy 12 has a reputation as being like a spot to go to at night. I thought it did. Here's the main street. This is cool. This is a little preview of what's to come in Toronto if you live in Thorncliffe Park or Flemington Park with their elevated subway. It's going to look something like this along the streets, along Don Mills and Overlea Boulevard. So we're going to have the subway running. The bummer is obviously, you get a lot of shade and a block sun. But when you're in this climate, it's probably a good thing. Also, like psychologically, when you're on one side of the street and then you cross to the other side, you feel like you're in a completely different universe. So there's pros and cons, but it's also way cheaper. And it just makes sense to do this type of building when you're outside of the city core versus digging underground, which is stupidly expensive. So why is the Yonge Street extension north of Finch below ground? Absolutely stupid that it is, but hey, there we go. Okay, we'll go back to King and I Spa. I wonder if the King and I Spa is still there. Pentlands is here. Hello. Coffee flavored condoms. All right. My style's a little better in this one. My hair's a little better. My watch is a little better, but I'm a little concerned about the probably super drugged up elephant that was walking down the sidewalk in Bangkok with a hula hoop around its neck. Pretty sure this is a animal rights violation happening right here, and me as the stupid tourist did not know any better and probably paid some money to pose with the poor abused elephant who is definitely not having a good time. But hey, when you're a dumb, ignorant tourist, you fall for this type of thing, right? I know better now, but I'd honestly never seen an elephant walking down the sidewalk in a major street before. So I decided, hey, let's take a picture with it. And then I learned the truth. These things are like drugged up and treated pretty poorly. But the good news is there are groups in Thailand that try to rescue elephants like this and send them to sanctuaries. And there's sanctuaries all over Thailand. And a lot of those sanctuaries are actually funded by foreign tourists who go and they stay there and they get to like sort of take care of the elephants. They're also helping pay for it, but you bathe them in the mornings. You kind of just get to take care of them and feed them and work and, fix up their habitat, and then they're free to roam all day. So it's kind of I guess it's the more ethically moral thing to do than pay money to take a picture with one with a hula hoop around its neck on the sidewalk. Sad stuff, but 2008, I thought it was cool. Now I don't, but there's the picture. This was cool. This was a club called the Bed and Supper Club. And sadly, this club did not last much longer. But it was this long, like tube-shaped structure. I remember going there. It was fun. Devin says, just part of growing up. There I am, trying to look all lonely leaving Bangkok. I was a blurry photo. Thank you, Ali BHG. This was when we were leaving Bangkok and heading to Phuket for the first time. And this was right outside my hotel. So I was literally right across the street from this. So this is not Patong, but not far from Patong. Patong's kind of like the super touristy part. Devin says, was that duck face? That was supposed to be like a look sad that you're leaving face. I don't think I pulled it off, but hey, we get to see that cool blue shirt again. Not that anyone ever wants to see that shirt again. Ali thinks some seasons of Survivor have been filmed in Thailand. Lisa says, don't quit your day job. Hey, and that was my hotel. So that was kind of a cool hotel. I did not book this room, but that's where we stayed in Phuket. I don't think this hotel exists anymore, which is weird because we were there in its grand opening. I think it's been converted into some weird timeshare thing. All right, I remember I bought this t-shirt from a t-shirt vendor because I didn't do laundry and all my shirts were absolutely disgusting. So even though this t-shirt is absolutely horrible, and why would you buy something that says that in Thailand? And my hair is clearly, I've been out in the hot humidity all day, but enough excuses. Haha, are you 14? Maybe. But I was eating some pad thai. There's a place, FBI, which I later, 2 or 3 years later, got kicked out of on New Year's Eve. I was with a group of people and things got a little rowdy, I guess. I wasn't part of that, but I was part of the group that got kicked out, so that was fun. Where is the turquoise water view, says Whitby Dude. There might be some coming up. That was at a show. No, those are not men. But they're also not biological women, so you can put two and two together. We were in Thailand, right? So you have to see that while you're there. Liz 279, baby Johnny. Thank you, Liz. Thank you for the 279. Lisa, that's funny because they actually prefer to identify as like a term that's kind of not accepted.
Baby Johnny, baby.
In our culture. So I'm going to not utter that word in case it's offensive, but the initials are LB, but they all call themselves that there. But we were just at a bar. This is like a super tourist bar where obviously there's entertainment on stage. When in Rome, Eunice, that is it. And the real highlight, I went to see this Muay Thai fight. And a Canadian was fighting, Julia Budd, who later went on to be one of the best mixed martial artists, female mixed martial artists of all time. In fact, the only losses of her career are Amanda Nunes, Chris Cyborg, and Ronda Rousey. She has never lost to anyone but arguably the three best. Well, I don't think Ronda Rousey counts, but definitely Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes. And she fought for Bellator. Now she's fighting in the PFL. So I saw her back when she was just very early in her fighting career, fighting Muay Thai at this stadium at this very event. So that was cool. I wish I took a picture of that fight. It was like, oh yeah, Canadian, cool. But I didn't think to snap a picture of her. Hey, I'm actually wearing a t-shirt that isn't so crappy. There we go. That is on a tuk-tuk. There's some of that turquoise water. I look surprised here. I think I'm trying to look stupid. I don't know. And yes, I did more sad things with elephants. We rode some elephants. I'm ashamed I did it, but I have pictures to show from it. There's just a random monkey I saw walking around. That's Surin Beach, I think. That is a little bit west of where I was staying. There I am. There's Johnny swimming into some waves. And I survived. And what I think you can't... what you can't see is that I am burnt red like a lobster in that picture. High Fiver says, hey, Johnny Stumbles did the shameful things, not you. Pretty sure I did it. Susan says, shirtless Johnny OnlyFans. This is as close to OnlyFans as anyone will ever get. Deborah Ball is here. Deborah, you came in at an awkward time. And check that out. We got some Pepsi Green. Okay, so we're just running through some of these photos. Then I went back to Thailand and I did like island hopping. I went to like Koh Samui and like 4 or 5 different islands, and then I seem to have no pictures from that trip. Then I went back again. I went on that new. So this would be my 4th trip to Thailand. What's cool about this one is this is 2015, and I went to Thailand from Canada. So this was after I moved back to Canada. So these are taken with a Galaxy. No, these would be taken with a Google Nexus 5, I think. Either a Nexus 5 or a OnePlus One. These were taken with a super old ass smartphone. But this is Chinatown in Bangkok. We'll get through these pictures fairly quick. This is... Why am I forgetting that street? That famous street that everyone goes to when they're in Thailand. It used to be cool, but now it's over touristy. Cowson Road. How did I forget that? This is Cowson Road. Golf ball cocktails. We do not check ID card and restaurant. I thought that was cool. So I took a picture of that. And there's a blurry ass picture, but this Cowson Road is basically a cluster F tourist trap. So go there for 30 minutes, walk through it, and then don't go back. Ali BHG says there are some live cams. There's another picture of Bangkok for some reason. This is what happens when you cheap out on your hotel. This hotel room was like $28. So you get a TV that is so small, you really can't see it from your bed. A fridge nicely furnished in the corner. There's my shoes. I literally just put all my shit there. But this is what like $28 a night would get you in 2015. So yeah, I forget the name of this hotel, but overpacked. This is all the stuff I brought for a 2-week trip. I was super skinny. Look at that lame selfie. Hey, at least my clothes got a little better. So maybe don't go into acting. There's the BTS SkyTrain. Are you planning another Thailand visit? I'm hoping to this year, Whitby Dude. Now that the restrictions are pretty much lifted, I have 2 main criteria for traveling this year. 1, no restrictions. Like, I'm vaccinated, but I still don't want to jump through hoops. It's just, you jump through enough hoops just coming back to Canada. I don't want to have to go to some other country and, like, that's me. That's my problem. I get it. But there's enough places now that are open that you don't have to do that. Obviously not Shanghai, but it's, you show up there and they'd probably throw you in a concentration camp. But yeah, so now that they're actually opening up, and the other thing is cheapness. And I kind of had Eastern Europe on the top of my list, but now I'm not so sure. I'm going to wait to see how things play out there. And there's a view, I think that's from the taxi going from the airport. There's a view of a random beach. I think that's from Jomtien Beach. Shadow Ship is here. Hello, Shadow Ship. So these pictures are a little more scattered. And you can tell I learned about not cheaping out on the hotel room the first time. So this is like a $60 to $70 a night hotel room. I think this was like a premier room, but definitely much better than that first one I showed you. This is, for reference, that pizza there is 69 baht. That's a full-size pizza, by the way. 69 baht is $2 Canadian. That cocktail is 12 baht. 12 baht is 40 cents. So here for $2, you could get a full-size pizza and you could get a cocktail for 40 cents. So like your whole meal was like $2.50. And you couldn't tip them if you tried. They would throw the money back at you. So this is one of the reasons why I like going to this part of the world. So yeah, I was dining. I went solo, but I met people on this trip, and you'll see more of that later. But yeah, this place, not every place is like this, by the way. You got to kind of search to find these places, but they are out there. And we went to, there's the famous walking street, aka Tourist Central. You can actually see a video on the Johnny Strides channel walking along Walking Street. And there's, I think that's Jomtien Beach. There I am on my hotel, at my hotel on the rooftop pool with my Singha light. By the way, when I travel, this is what I do like 80% of the time. This is where I can be found. Typical feet photo. Yes, you get lots of feet. These swim trunks I bought my first trip in Bangkok in 2008. I bought them from a department store there, and I still have them, although I've since upgraded them to something else. What does green Pepsi taste like? It's kind of like watermelon. I don't know. There is... All right, now I'm back to Bangkok already. That was quick. This hotel here, you know what? This hotel I have stayed at so many times. It's like my go-to. It's not even that great. I'm just wondering, how much is this hotel right now? The Citrus 13. Are you shitting? Normally, it's about $75 a night. Please solve this puzzle so we know you are a real person. We can tell if you're a human or not. Pick the penguin. What was that all about? Please solve this puzzle. We can tell if you're a human or not. Pick the penguin. Again? Yeah, so this is that hotel. This is actually the picture I was showing you is from the rooftop. This is $29 a night right now. That's what the rooms look like, by the way. Like, it's pretty good. The swimming pool is really weird. It's in like a U shape. And you kind of sit in the middle, but... And the restaurant's in the basement, which isn't that great. But other than that, it's a pretty solid hotel. But are you kidding me? What if realistically I went like July 1st? There's no way this is going to be 29 bucks. Choose your room. Rooms are not available. $35. Fully refundable. Okay. Okay, this makes me want to go even more because can you imagine that for 35 bucks in Canada? Like I would honestly make it a regular thing just to find someone on the street and put them in a hotel if it was that cheap and that nice here. It's crazy. But anyways, that's the hotel that this is a picture from.
Like literally book it, bro. Okay. But yeah, that's definitely, yeah, the Waldorf Astoria there, $286. The Mandarin Oriental Bangkok, $584. The Citrus Sukhumvit, $29. The Park Hyatt, $337. That's for 2 nights. Oh, that's for 1 night. So for like these would all be like $800-900 hotels here, right? The St. Regis Bangkok, $266. Grand Center Point, $92. That is like Solitaire Bangkok. That is $64. So rather than stay, I'd rather just do something like this. But look at this, $64 a night. Look at that gorgeous pool. Yeah, right. Your room is not going to be that nice. But if it was, that's your balcony. Yeah, see, this is why I get excited traveling to this part of the world. I can pretend I am of a social status, which I am not. Anyways, yeah, so this is from that hotel. That was a little tangent. I thought this was funny. Their cigarette warning labels are like full ass package. Usually there's something gross. I thought this was kind of funny. These are a couple of people that I taught English with in Korea, and we met up in Bangkok. I'm actually not doing, I guess I'm looking kind of dorky. Obviously, I won't say their names, but she didn't know I was taking a picture there. And we were all in this little tuk-tuk screaming across Bangkok. Do not take these, by the way. They are hot, they are loud, you will feel carsick, and they are more expensive than an air-conditioned taxi. But they're fun. There's another picture of Cowson Road. There we are again, drinking. Shadowship says it's okay. I still love you for who you are. Devin, I think that was the implication. And that was the 3 of us just having a drink. And that was the view towards me. A little bit better. My hair is a little better. My face, when it's like 40, 45 degrees, you're going to have like an oily, wet ass face. Don't criticize me for that. Someone says, how old were you? This was 2015, so I would have been 35. What you don't see is the guy just randomly breakdancing in the middle of the road. Well, I guess you can't see, but this would have been a better video. But he's currently doing a handstand in this picture. This super pissed drunk guy just ran out and started doing that. I think this is Lumpini Park, this view. This is kind of like their central park. Hey, it's the picture. This building, I don't know if you guys noticed in the thumbnail, but this building is shaped like an elephant. See, this is the trunk. This is the eye. I don't know if you can see that. But if I type, I'm sure it'll come up. But this is super cool. There it is. There is the elephant building. So that is what you can see in the back of that picture. I think we need more whimsical, playful stuff like that in Toronto. We could definitely, like, we have OCAD, the art gallery, kind of, but not really. We don't really have anything on this scale that is, you know, that playful. So kind of a shame, but it's cool that this is here. In fairness, not too many cities have buildings of that scale like that. You're welcome, Estelle. It's just something to do. World always needs more whimsy. I don't know why. I thought this Hooters was funny. Look at, this is Bangkok. Look at the power grid up top. Look at that. Every street is like this. So when I see people in my videos commenting like on streets where we have overhead power wires, calling Toronto like third world,
saying that, you know, just nasty things because we have power lines overhead in some areas. Like, this is what most of the world is like everywhere. Don't be all snobby because you buried all of your power lines. There is some market I went to. I don't know why. I cut out most of the pictures. This is the Erewhon Shrine. And what's sad about this is there was a terrorist attack, I think about 4 months before I went here and took this picture. There was a terrorist attack here and it killed a whole bunch of tourists and I think guards. So this was like right after they had reopened it. So this is like literally, like, I remember like being told by my two friends, like, don't go there. And I was like, it's not going to happen again, you know? But yeah, very, very sad thing. So this was the rebuilt Erewhon Shrine. When exactly was Erewhon Shrine bomb? 2015 Bangkok bombing. Oh, wow. I was there in November. So this was actually like 2 months after that happened. And so there's a picture of the aftermath. A bombing took place inside the Erewhon Shrine at the something, killing 20 people and injuring 125. Thai police were reported to have arrested 2 suspects, the second of whom confessed to having been the bomber. He later... Yeah, so... I don't know. I just wanted to go. That's why I was there. Probably didn't tell my mom that I went there. Anyways, back to Lumpini Park. Oh, there's a few more pictures. This photo album got cut off. Let me fix that. Add directory. Just a few more to go. Trust me. Bear with me. We're getting through them. Lumpini. There's like a... These things... It's not a Komodo dragon. A lot of people say there's dragons in the park. I don't think this is a dragon. I don't even know if this is deadly, but these things are walking all over the park. They're just everywhere, just chilling. And I obviously went right up to this one to take a picture. Oh, Connie, that's interesting. So yeah, if you ever go to Bangkok and go through Lumpini Park, you will see these things. They're not iguanas, Susan. They're absolutely huge. Monitor lizard, says Chris Mills. Yeah, if they were Komodo dragons, they would pretty much... They're pretty much apex predators, right? And now I have magically left my friends and flown up north to Chiang Mai. So this is some temple in the old city of Chiang Mai. Fun fact. What am I doing? What are you doing? Check this out. Walking the old city in Chiang Mai, Thailand, 2019. So I went back 3 years ago. And I made a video there. This is my old style of video, by the way.
Here we go. Latest pair from Mountain Dew just dropped. Raspberry lemonade flavor.
What the heck kind of video is this? This is in front of Taipei Gate in Chiang Mai. It's probably the most well-known entrance into the old city, or old town as some call it. The plan today is to just...
Why do I sound like a dork?
Part of the old city. To be honest, I'm a bit templed out in this part of the world for now, but there's a really interesting one I think I'll make a stop at, then I'll probably try to track down some lunch. I'm going to film most of this as a hyperlapse, so it should go by quick. That is Taipei Gate.
Ooh. You know what? I don't know if I'm allowed to play this music. I used to pay for a subscription service, so I might have to turn this music down. But this is what my videos used to be. So this is a walk around the old city of Chiang Mai. Kind of nauseating and brings on some dizzy spells, doesn't it? Like, good thing I switched. What I regret though is not making like real time or slower walking videos in this. But this is what Johnny Strides used to be. So yeah, this is just me walking around. I think that thing I showed there. Okay, here it is. So that picture I just showed you. Susan doesn't like the time lapse. But that is oh, I'm talking here. This is Wat Chedi Luang. To me, it's the most impressive site here in the old city. I believe it was originally built in the 14th century and at some point in time was heavily damaged by either a cannon fire or an earthquake. No one really seems to know. It was partially restored in 1995. The rest of the temple grounds. Sorry, Connie. Here, although they're quite Action VJ says hyperlapse, thumbs down, reverse, thumbs up. I got shut the music again. You can see the I think I go to a cafe on this video. Do I go to a cafe? I seem to remember doing that. Oh, Lisa, I think you would really like this. Look at this alley. It is just art city. What's the music? What a weird choice of music. But yeah, I went in here and I ordered some cow soy and fresh pineapple smoothie. That was $3 USD. For some reason I included this in my video, and then okay, so anyways. Yeah, so that's a really old video I made. Another little tangent we went on, but that was all because of this photo here. So that is, I probably took this I took this picture in 2015. So I went back in 2019. Hey, look at that. Who's that handsome bugger wearing his green I'm feeling lucky shirt that maybe I can find that picture here. Photos. Thailand 3. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Look at that nerd. Nerd hair is an 18-year-old. Rest in peace, my favorite sunglasses. Ooh, I got a better watch. My cargo shorts are no longer as huge as my previous ones. That's all we can see. Thank you, Deborah. I think Kohana said, when are you bringing back the 24/7 chat? Maybe soon. Jeanette, I need to do a Philippines photo share at some point, maybe. I'll dig up and see what I have. All right. Anyways, there's the geek in front of Wat Chedi Long. Blind massage. Who the hell wants a blind massage? What? I think that just means you wear. I don't know. I don't want to say anything offensive. Either you are blinded or your massage is from someone who is blind. Anyways, there is some. Oh, I froze. Hey guys, I am frozen. Why did I freeze? I'm gonna try to unfreeze me here. Let's see if I can do this. Hello, Johnny. Okay. Let's why am I frozen? Camo app. I'm working on unfreezing myself, guys. What's this all about? There's one. I use this app called Camo Studio Pro to let my iPhone function as a webcam. And oh, there we go. I think we have fixed it. All right. Let me mount this thing back up here. I have fixed it. I don't know what I did, but I fixed it. Let me fix that. That would have sucked because I pay for this app too. So, ooh, okay. Dodged a mini bullet there. Anyways, there's the food. That's some northern Thai food. There's some temple. This temple was way the F on some hill. I had to go on an absolute trek. There's where I was. I was like way up in the mountains. Connie says green curry. And there is a cabaret show in Chiang Mai. You know what's cool? I went to this because this is the same place that Anthony Bourdain went to when he went to Chiang Mai. We went to exactly the same place. Mark says slight delay, no sync. Let me see. Hello. Hello. Oh well. It's good enough, I guess. Connie, yes. And of course I went to a Muay Thai fight while I was there. And then there's this. This is like some all-white temple. There's that street. Susan wants me to lip sing. Kohana will love Anthony Bourdain forever. Yeah, he went to that same cabaret and he featured that on, I forget. I don't think it was Parts Unknown. I think it was No Reservations or one of the other ones. But yeah, there's a cool street. This place is very sad. It's called Tiger Kingdom. And this is whenever you see people taking pictures with tigers in Thailand, this is often the place where they did it. And again, what they do is they drug these tigers up and they're like declawed, and then they let people go cuddle them and take pictures with some drugged up declawed tiger. Is that humane? No. Is it cool? No. It's disgusting. I actually did not go in and I didn't pay admission. I met another tourist there and we were just kind of splitting the cost, sharing the cab to go around, and we wanted to go to this place, and then they have these tigers outside in an exhibit that's open to the public. And I started Googling it before I went in, and I saw the horrors of it. And I kind of felt stupid for not doing this before we went all the way there. But yeah, do not go to Tiger Kingdom. It is absolutely shocking what they do. It's really inhumane to like declaw them, but to also drug them up so people can take pictures with them. This was an ethical elephant show I went to. So apparently these are mostly like free range elephants. We got our shit together and we're like, where can we go where they take good care of the animals? So we found an elephant camp because some of these elephant camps are not good. They don't treat their elephants well and they don't live in good conditions. But we found one where apparently it was like all the groups that protest this sort of thing. This was not on their shit list of places not to go to. So we went. So these ones were well taken care of. And the whole place is like this, actually. You can see they have a pretty good habitat. So we went to an elephant camp instead. Unfortunately, not a elephant sanctuary. It was an elephant camp, but it was one of the good ones from what we hear. And just look at the amount of employees they had per elephant. And there is another part of the elephant camp. And then we went to this place called the Grand Canyon. And this place freaked me the F out because you can walk along this. And if you fall, you're dead. You're going to bash your head on the wall. This is an old rock quarry or mine. And they just filled it up with water, called it the Grand Canyon, and made it like a cliff diving tourist spot. And you had to pay admission to get in there. So that's what this is. And this gives you a better picture of it. So this here, you can just walk across this. These are people walking on this thing right here. And a whole bunch of people have already died. Like guests coming here have died. And I think the year I went, like some Chinese tourist slipped and fell and ended up in like a coma. Something bad happened. But yeah, talk about safety standards. They have none. But it's absolutely stunning. And it's very, very picturesque. But yeah, it's kind of shocking, the low safety standards. If this was North America, there would be like bars all along here, 4 feet high. There would be lifeguards stationed anywhere there was jumping. Yeah. Anyways, beautiful place, but man-made, not natural, and absolutely horrible safety track record. So it is what it is, I guess. Hey, there's a selfie of me. Look at that. Look at that dork taking a selfie with his humidified up hair in front of the Grand Canyon. And there is what a $1 khao soi looks like. If you go to Pai or Sukhothai, two places that have phenomenal khao sois in Toronto, probably the best I've ever had, you pay about $17 for a khao soi dish. This one, $1. Small portion, but you could have 2 or 3. And there's a picture on a tuk-tuk. I think that's in Chiang Mai. That's definitely Chiang Mai, actually. And sadly, there I am with my 200-year-old driver taking... This guy went... I've never been in a car that went this slow. Ali BHG says, doesn't look too appealing. Lisa had khao soi last night, and I bet you paid $17. But this is me going back to the airport. And there's a random picture of a Buddha up a set of stairs for some reason. And another token picture. You can see a theme with my hotels, usually rooftop pool. And I usually just go to a 7-Eleven and load up on the light beers. And I think we've come full circle. All right. I'm going to... That's not what I wanted to share, is it? Did I do another one? Loi Kra Road, Chiang Mai, day and night walking tour. I did another Chiang Mai video. But again, I think this one, does this use epidemic sound? Yeah, I think this uses epidemic music, so I can't play the music. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second. Maybe I'll play the intro. I'm at Loi Kra Road in Chiang Mai. This is one of the more interesting streets here. It's rather conveniently located with the old city on one end and the night bazaar and Ping River at the other. Geek. I've stayed here twice before, once at the Rayming Lodge Hotel, and I'm currently staying at the Nap in Chiang Mai. What I'll do is I'll walk the entire length of the street down to the river. Look at that crude map. I'll film this part as a hyperlapse, so it should only take a minute or so to show the entire street. Then I'll come back later tonight and film it again and add that part to the end of the video. Street? Whoa. She was going, handsome man. That happens everywhere you go. Anyways, I gotta mute this because copyright music, but I'll be back in a second. What the heck is this? What kind of video is this? Motley Crue and Poison. Anthrax are playing Toronto in August. Unfortunately, they aren't coming to Australia. I learned about the band Anthrax through an episode of Married with Children when I think it had something to do with Kelly. I forget the plot, but anyways. Oh, this video got 3,600 views for one of my old videos. That is pretty kick-ass. The real-time scenes were filmed in 4K at 30 frames per second using a GoPro Hurl 7 Black. Hurl 7 Black. I used a GoPro Hurl, not a Hero, a Hurl. That's a weird choice of camera there. Anyways, let's see what's going on in the world of Toronto. My grandma and grandpa in Toronto just after the war in 1946. So thanks for sticking out with those Thailand pictures. Very, very nice looking couple. That photo was colorized. Neat. Day news happened. We played 401 today. World's busiest freeway. Lovely evening on the Danforth. What? Probably a cigarette butt? Where on Danforth is this? This looks to be more east. This isn't Greektown, I think. Although Asteria, maybe? Where is this? Can we see any numbers? No, but either way, that's kind of crazy. Pretty cool view from your restaurant. Found a toilet full of vegetables at Pearson. Okay, we don't need to see that. Work ain't too bad with these views. Oh, that's a view from the CN Tower. That's pretty badass. This is the whole South Core district. There's the Portlands. This whole area is being redeveloped. There's Scotiabank Arena, featured in today's video on Johnny Strides. TD Tower, specifically the North Tower when the sun's angle is lit just right. That's cool. You can see like right inside. Mies van der Rohe Design TD Center. 43 armed robberies in 1 month in Mississauga and Brampton. Like residential armed robberies? Were they in stores? A Brampton man allegedly entered a vehicle, pointed a firearm at a grandmother, and demanded her belongings while her 2 grandkids were sitting in the back. I think it would be a very good favor to society if you were never allowed back in it. Like, it's one thing to pick on someone, but it's an extra level of disgusting to pick on someone who's far more vulnerable than you. That is gross. Do we have some good news in here? Kensington is at full power. Yeah, I walked through Kensington today in one of my videos, and it was pretty crazy. Like, there's lots of people out. Look at it. Spider-Man was there. I didn't see Spider-Man, actually. But it was basically the Kensington of old that was back. So that was really cool to see. We talked about this. In 2017, I traveled 5,700 kilometers and learned that Big Ben, well, Big Ben is just the clock, I think. I think it's the Elizabeth Tower, is smaller than Old City Hall. You should say shorter. I think it's actually bigger than Old City Hall, but it's definitely shorter. This guy jogged 50 kilometers along the waterfront. High Park, hey. That's... What kind of filters did they use? That's a stunning picture. We have a swan and a goose. Obviously, we got this crappy red picket fence here. That's a gorgeous picture. That almost looks like a group of 7 picture, if I'm not mistaken. Susan sees magnolias blooming. Morning. Oh, that's a YouTube video. I can't play YouTube video. Alexa, shut up. Doug Ford's campaign manager crashes vintage sports car. Some weird editing. I thought it looked pretty cool. KQQR at Dundas West update. Queensway, Roncesvalles. Oh, that whole intersection is being... I'll read about that later. Any good news? Any good news? Toronto Raptors Scotty Barnes wins Rookie of the Year. Awesome. Why does Ottawa's green bond program exclude nuclear, one of the cleanest of all energy sources? Okay, anyways. What about BlogTO? See all the TD building photos? Was that you? 10 bars and restaurants you can buy in Toronto right now. You can buy the best and worst A&W locations. Is that... I'm going to guess. That looks like Pape and Danforth in that picture. Is that the Pape and Danforth? Well, we got to go from Thailand all the way. Is that the Pape and Danforth A&W? Panned? Am I drunk? I don't think I'm drunk. I just had one light beer. Am I way off on this? I am. How far off could I be? That is not even close. Where is that one? Danforth and Greenwood. Oh, I knew it was on Danforth. And no, I did not see that sign. The best at the Horseshoe Tavern. Billy Bishop, Finch and Cheswood, Keel and Dundas, King and John. The Worst, Church and Shooter. Okay, this is a weird... Someone had a bad day to do that. This breathtaking boardwalk near Toronto opens this week. Thank you, Jeanette Morales. Whitewater Walk in Niagara is the kind of place you need to visit if you love long, scenic walks and engrossing yourself in the natural beauty of Southern Ontario. Look at this. Ooh, I got to get there. I don't know if I'll be able to stream there. Instagram. But I'm 100% going to have to come do a video here. Grown, just go to the gorge. Paradise Lagoon is a hidden swimming pool with beautiful waterfalls in Ontario. Oh no, Flair Airlines struggled to avoid shutting down. Didn't someone say they were flying on Flair Airlines? That's the one I'm supposed to take to Vancouver really cheap. Say it ain't so. Depending on who they've booked with, Canadians with upcoming travel plans may be best to keep an eye on the unfolding situation with Flair Airlines, which was revealed last week, is at serious risk of shutting down. I wanted to take them to Vancouver, and it was going to be super cheap as long as I didn't have any carry-on. I was going to go for like a day or two. Oh, you're actually flying Swoop. You got it wrong. Oh, Swoop is the other budget carrier. The popular ultra-low-cost carrier is being investigated by the Canadian Transportation Agency after concerns that international investors have too much of a stake in the company. Say it ain't so, Flair. We need affordable airfare, even if you rip people off on all the extras. Anything good here? Toronto is getting a ghost ship escape room next month, and you actually set sail. I've been to escape rooms or an escape room once in my life. Not too into it, but some people are really into it. The U.S. is extending the Canada-U.S. border vaccination requirements for Canadian travelers. Annoying, not because I'm not vaccinated, I am, but extra slowdowns and checks are annoying. You haven't conquered Alberta unless you've been to at least 7 of these 11 iconic landmarks. Toronto's new afternoon tea is inspired by the 20s, and you can get boozy drinks in teapots. Looks a little too glitzy for me. Ontario mask mandates are being extended for public transit. Yeah. We know all that. Anyways, I got to get me booked Centera Watergate Hotel, $59. $59 for the Novotel. Adelphi Suites. I have stayed at the Adelphi Suites. I paid like $180 a night to stay at the Adelphi Suites. And here it is for $72. Mind you, I went during peak season. Anyways, that's a whole other rabbit hole to go down. So last week, Lisa can do that here, and it's far cheaper. Last week, I did a truck driving live, or not truck driving, bus driving. Well, I got a new game. It's a truck driving game where you drive a real truck. Define real. A truck around cities. That's kind of fun. I have to figure out how to do it, but I might do a stream later this week where I do some truck driving. Isn't that weird? I'm probably not going to do it on this stream. I think we're kind of reaching our natural conclusion. Lisa Palmer says that was so hilarious, the bus game. You laughed so hard. Yeah, we had fun with that. The first bus game, or the more realistic one, or the second one, where I'm just driving around that Russian town. Susan says, yay, GTA stumbles. Ali BHG says, nice. So I will do another game night later this week, so look out for that. Action VJ says, clear the roads. Don't worry, I bought a European game, so I've already done one bus trip through Germany. Yes, please, GTA stumbles. So we'll bring that back. I'm actually 3 videos deep on Strides. Tomorrow morning will be an e-scooter video. Then I've got the 2 walks from today. So that'll probably be Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll probably get out and live stream once or twice by then. I'll probably live stream again Thursday and then again Friday. So lots of live streaming on the Strides channel, at least one stream on this channel, and videos every day, but maybe Thursday I'll skip that again and do a live stream instead. Lisa says, easy now, don't want to be that organized. I've got a pretty organized week up ahead. We'll just leave it at that. But anyways, I think I've been battling a nasty, nasty headache, and I'm kind of really craving a tea right now. Not a coffee, but a tea. So I think we're going to sign off. I'm going to turn off the computer for the night. Well, I don't think I ever turn my computer off, but you get the idea. I'm going to close down all this YouTube stuff, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Johnny Strides if you want to come into the premiere. Kohana, I'll probably relaunch the 24/7 live stream tomorrow, so we'll be able to go there and hang out as well. So huge thanks to our mods. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight. Let me see something here. How many subscribers did we gain tonight? I started the stream at 5,977 subscribers. We are now at 5,980. We are 20 to go. 20 more to go before we hit the magic 6,000. Thank you to Liz for your super chat. Thank you to our channel members and Patreon members. They support the Strides channel, but when you support Strides, you support this one. Hit the like button on the way out, guys. Please. I sound pathetic asking please, but hit the like button or the dislike button if you didn't like it, but do one of them. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you, Brad Palmer. Have a good night. Thanks to all our viewers, Eunice, Marg H, Marg S, Todd, Vivian, Estelle, Lisa Palmer, Chris Mills, Marie Palmer, Ali BHG, Devin, DJ, Deborah, Gertej. Thank you guys. Sorry, I was a little bit mundane tonight. I was battling a headache. I tried. I had a beer. I had some weed. It didn't work. So maybe I'll go watch Batman. I didn't actually watch Batman last time, but maybe I will. But either way, I'm going to sit on my couch and do some vegging with an iced tea. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. This is the most fun stream I do all week, even though this one might not have seemed it. But I'm going to sign off. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Good night.